We're told that the curve with equation y equals 2 times the natural log of 8 minus x meets the line y equals x at a single point, this point here, where x equals alpha. We need to show that alpha lies between 3 and 4, but does not equal to 3 and 4. So we know at this point that the line y equals x is equal to the curve. So what we can do is we can substitute this value of y into here, because we're told that y equals x at this point. So if we substitute this into here, we'll get x will equal 2 times the natural log of 8 minus x. Then we can make this equal 0. We take away x from both sides. So 2 times the natural log of 8 minus x will equal 0. And then at alpha equals 3, we'll substitute 3 into here and into here. And then we can put this into our calculators. We want 2 times the natural log of 5 minus 3, and we get 0.2188. So I'm going to say 0.219 to 3 significant figures. And then at alpha equals 4, we've got 2 times the natural log of 8 take away 4 minus 4. And we get negative 1.23 to 3 significant figures. So because there's a change of sign and the function is continuous within the range, we can say that therefore a root exists in the interval between 3 to 4. And then for part B, figure 2 shows the graph of y equals 2 times the natural log of 8 minus x and the graph of y equals x. Our student uses this integration formula in an attempt to find an approximation for alpha. Using the graph, I'm starting with x1 equals 4. Determine whether or not this iteration formula can be used as an approximation for alpha, justifying your answer. So we know that x1, we have a 4. So the second iteration, if we put the 4 into here, then we'll have 2 times the natural log of 8 minus 4. And on our calculators, I'm going to enter it as 8 minus 4, and we get 2.77. So now we go up from 4 to the curve, then we go across to the line y equals x, and this value of x will be 2.77. So our next iteration, x3, we can do this on our calculators now. We go back to the equation and we replace the 4 with that previous answer, and we get 3.31. So now we go up to the curve, and we go back to the line, and this value of x will be 3.31. So the next iteration, x4, we go back to our calculator, and we press execute again. It will store a previous answer, and we get 3.09. So then we go back to the curve, and then we go across, and that'll be 3.09 here. So because there's a cobweb diagram where you can see it zooming in on the intersection between the two lines, we know that the iteration formula can be used to find an approximation. So we can say the iteration formula can be used to find an approximation for alpha because the cobweb spirals inwards.